That ended abruptly. No, it was short. It's short.
I was gonna say
that's okay.
it was a good one though.
Fucking one. It was a good one. Let's go.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, everybody?
Haven't done one of these little random short reviews in a while, but good to be back.
No, I just came in. I was rampaging through my backwoods.
Yeah.
You know,
somebody steal your locket?
Just walking around, taking a walk, taking a stroll,
motherfucker.
taking a walk.
But yeah, if you didn't know, we're here to review the new Shudder exclusive that's in theaters right now, called In a Violent Nature. Straight up spoiler review. We might kind of dive into it a little at first, and then we'll fully get into spoilers. You know what?
Fuck no, I'm spoiling the whole fucking thing right
we're definitely spoiling the whole
First thing I'm doing is giving away the ending.
Yeah, I was gonna say watch out for Scarfhead because he don't fuck around. But
I don't fuck around.
Yeah,
this thing will be on Shudder in 12 days. Don't worry about it. You get to watch it.
Well, I'd say a month. Within the month, I bet. Within the month, I'm sure. I was just gonna say before we get into spoilers, the movie's basically just a regular slasher, but in this instance, the only way I could really describe it is if you remember in Halloween 2018, for 5 minutes, they take the camera and follow Michael Myers through the neighborhood and kill a couple people. That is basically what this movie is, but for the entire hour and 30-minute runtime.
Well, it's like playing Dead by Daylight in the third person. Basically.
Yeah, you're basically just following the killer the entire movie, and
right. Well,
a killer that doesn't talk
almost,
and you kind of pick up characters, through his hearing, or they do pan to them for a second or two, and they do one campfire story and all that. So there is a little bit of character development, but I'm not gonna lie, you don't even give a fuck about these characters. What you get from the characters is so bad.
I told Dylan as I'm watching it, it's like Sasquatch Sunset with a killer.
Yeah, basically.
So we both watched that movie 4 times. So it primed us for watching a movie where there's really no dialogue for 75% of it.
Yeah, so that kind of primed me. But
go ahead.
I was gonna just say though, I definitely still recommend going to see this because it was, it's a one-of-a-kind slasher movie. It's trying to do something different and revitalize the slasher genre and do something different that we've always really wanted. We've always thought what would it be like to just kind of follow in the killer's footsteps for the entire movie. So it is. Right. It's still worth the shot. It's filmed really well.
And even if it doesn't work 100% of the time, I appreciate what they try to do. Exactly. And for the most part, succeeded with some caveats that I'll talk about.
It's not perfect. It's not perfect by any means, but I do think it's worth a theater watch. I really enjoyed seeing it in the theater. But if you got a good home entertainment center at home and you just can't make it, there's nothing wrong with checking it out on Shudder. But the thing is, I know a lot of people here might not have Shudder, so it's worth it to go see it in the theater. I mean, I caught it on a Sunday for $8 a ticket. I mean, that's not too bad.
And we talked about how a lot of the reviews are like, oh my God, this fucking movie's boring, man. It's not like walking.
Half you know are saying it's incredible and half are saying it's boring.
And neither one is wrong, but
yeah,
if you go into this, you go into this movie, you know what it was going to be or try to be. Yeah. You know, it is what it is. It made no illusions that it was going to be anything different. So
exactly. So yeah,
there's long stretches where there's no dialogue, and thank God, because the dialogue is horrible in this movie.
Yeah.
I'll knock it for that. The dialogue is horrible. But
yeah, I do believe this is the director's first movie. His name is Chris Nash, I want to say. But
and before we get too deep into the Dylan, we got Get Key Comics in the chat, and Two Gun, of course, as always. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We really appreciate it.
His first movie. Well, I think this is his first big movie. Boys,
yeah,
the fuck are you doing? He directed a segment in ABCs of Death too. Quit it, boy. You too. Fucking act getting too rough. It's 11 o'clock. Fucking.
Yeah, I think it was pretty much his first movie.
I got 2 Sasquatches living with me.
That you do.
Oh yeah, he directed a segment in ABC's of Death 2, which I've only seen the first one. It says makeup department in this movie Life Changer, and in The Void, which that was a movie I really liked. It just says Transformed Sarah. Looks like this guy, it says on-set creature effects supervisor for Psycho Gorman.
Yeah,
that was.
Yeah, I think he's a special effects guy too.
So special effects guy that doesn't look like he's done a lot, but he's trying to get into, which I always like special effects guys going into directing, because
I think this movie has enough good stuff.
They give us some of the best movies that we love. You know what I mean?
It has enough good stuff going for it that I think it's gonna, he'll get more out of it.
Yeah. I would definitely like a sequel for this. I love that poster on IMDb. I believe that's the one you used for your thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
I love that poster. But yeah. So, what's up, GT? What up, Two Gun? Chill out, Evan. What's up, my bro? But yeah, so we'll get into spoilers on this one. Just a heads up to everyone. Overall, though, I definitely did enjoy the movie. I went to see it Sunday. Scarpad, I think, saw it Friday early afternoon, I want to say. Yeah, I think it was Friday. And like I said, because Robbie, I'm sure if you guys saw, Robbie gave his, I don't know what he said on his live stream, but me and Robbie both saw it Sunday. I think we probably maybe saw it the same fucking time, because as soon as I got back home, I got a voice message from Robbie. He's like, I don't know if you've heard of this movie, but I heard nothing about. He had heard nothing about it, and I was like, you sure? Because I definitely said something to you on the stream. It must have slipped his mind, and he said he thought it was boring as fuck, and I was like, yeah, I told him some of my problems and what I really liked about it. And he's like, I can appreciate this and that. I don't know. See, that's why I don't know what he said on his live, because I don't know if I kind of maybe opened him up a little bit more, and he was kind of like, yeah, I did kind of appreciate this and that, but I definitely still didn't like this, because that's where I told him. He said the same thing. This was slow, boring, and I was like, I get when people say that, because he knew nothing about the movie, and I was like, where I knew what I was walking into. He knew. He said he didn't even know it was a slasher. You know what I mean? So if you go in knowing that there's not going to be much talking, what's up, Zach? I think that kind of can prepare you a bit. You know what I mean? Where if you go in,
as we discussed, this guy, he starts off kind of like slow mode. He's really slow. Yeah. I mean, deadly slow. He does get a little faster as the movie goes on.
He's like really stalking everything. It's like, well, he's like coming back to life too, you know?
Right. And they do some quick cuts that kind of shorten some of that stuff up. But basically, the movie, so everybody knows, is basically about this locket that this group of campers steals from a spot where this guy's buried. A locket is the thing that keeps him in the ground. Yeah. If you take the locket off, he rises and does what he does.
Right.
And throughout the movie, he's basically trailing these people that stole the locket and dispatching them. Yeah. That's really the plot of the whole movie.
Locket is what keeps them at peace. The possession of the locket is what keeps them at peace. And once they steal that shit, all hell goes. But yeah, and I guess what the locket was given to him by his mother. This definitely had some like major Friday the 13th homages. Like this is like, we haven't gotten a Jason movie in a long time, and this is basically like a Jason movie. But I definitely saw some like My Bloody Valentine in there as well, like with like the father being like a firefighter, or a firefighter, like an old school woods fighter instead of like a miner, you know what I mean? So like that's what he wants to get, this like old school firefighter mask.
Which I dug. I like the mask in this movie.
Yeah, it basically just it starts off with, you just you don't even see these people. They don't even show you. They just, you hear them.
You hear them talking,
and then they just show the locket, I believe, kind of like hanging, and then it just gets taken, and then you see like a big ass pipe coming out of the ground. And I was like, is he breathing under there? That's the one thing I was like wondering. Is that like pipe there for them to know? Or
no, there was no pipe. There was no pipe. If you go back and check, there
was a pipe. There was something in the ground. It was like a pipe or something, and it had a.
That's what the locket was. No, that's just what the locket was hung on.
But like he pushes it out. It like when he's getting out, it moves. So that's what.
Right.
I was just curious because I was like, is he alive under there or something? But
no.
But yeah, he basically comes out of the fucking grave and just starts kind of walking around the woods, and then he finds this one guy talking to the sheriff, and talking because he comes upon this, like, what is it? Maybe a deer or a coyote stuck in a trap, dead, rotting for who knows how long. Shit, and so you kind of pick up these conversations through his ear, like you don't see
the sheriff's talking to the guy who did that.
Yeah, and he basically comes up,
first victim after
and
that.
That's his first victim. Which you see, this guy, he thinks this guy has the locket, but it turns out that it's not the locket. It says "#1 motherfucker" on the necklace.
Yeah, it's a locket. It's the wrong one.
Yeah, and the guy has a hat that says "#1 motherfucker."
And there's some little touches like that in the movie that bring some humor.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back for a second. When he's coming out of the ground, basically, the killer is having flashbacks to this locket and some of the stuff that's going on. So we're learning a little bit of his backstory.
In the guy's house, I thought.
In the guy's house. So we learned a little bit of the backstory through the killer, like having a flashback. But then they kind of abandoned that altogether.
That's like just
they abandoned that altogether.
The backstory is all from the campfire.
And then they go to this campfire and they have these people give the entire backstory.
Yeah.
Just like you would see in every movie.
I would have rather you get like bits and pieces of the backstory through
from the killer
instead of a
That's
campfire.
Right. Yes.
I didn't need the camp. I hated that campfire because when you guys watch it, you'll see, but you know how we just get like them just sitting at a campfire and people around. Instead, this one, it pans around the entire circle for 5 minutes straight. I'm not joking. It's going in circles and circles and circles and circles and circles.
In the case of a new director just trying to be artsy.
Yeah. Which he does some fantastic shots. He has the cinematography in this is incredible. There's no score. It's like all him just walking through the woods. I saw one guy, he was like, I don't know, he's like halfway through, he's like, if I hear somebody walking through the woods, I'm gonna get really fucking pissed. He's like, because all you hear is just crunching the leaves.
Yeah, I know.
He's like, I don't think
that's why this almost might be a bad movie for home. But it's great when you're in the theater and there's nothing and that's all you're hearing.
Yeah, that's
what I mean. Really that's what makes it effective. When you're home, and it's not gonna be so much unless you're wearing headphones.
So like us not getting the story or not getting like a character that talks, and not getting much from like having shitty like side characters, which that's normal. We get a lot of shitty characters that are gonna get killed. So they're, you know what I mean? But that's where I
They're
think
just
it
there
would
to be
have
killed. We
really,
don't know much about
it
them.
would have really excelled, where instead of like getting shitty spinning campfires thing, which we've seen a million times, we could have got great character backstory from like flashbacks throughout the movie, and like it maybe could have added some type of
Yeah,
twist.
just
Or
all you would need to see is all you would need to see is the flashback with what's involved around him, not these other people. But the thing, my whole point and problem with the movie is this: I like the movie overall. I like the movie, but the movie, when you have a movie like this where you're going to stay with a POV of a killer, okay, so you don't have the whole idea behind a horror movie, especially a slasher movie, is the guy jumping out. When is he going to get the people? The whole, the whole paranoia of when he's going to jump out and get these people. But you don't have that in this because you're following him. So in order for this to work, and then when it does work in the movie, you have to make his contact with these people so like nuts. That you get over the fact that you're not getting the suspense from the normal way. And for the most part, the kills in this movie, especially the big one we're going to talk about, do that. Okay? My problem with this movie is they didn't have enough faith to stick with the formula. The last 10, 15 minutes of this movie, they abandoned the whole following the killer because they're probably saying to themselves, how are we going to make this interesting? Because if we're going to show him following her, it's not suspenseful, So they abandon that and they go with the final girl, who we haven't seen through the whole movie. We don't care about.
Exactly.
We're not invested in, and
that's
then it's like
the last
drawn out.
That's all you've gotten.
And that's right. And you get 15 minutes.
He has the locket until after that guy catches the
spoiler. We're getting this. We're getting into spoiler. We're getting into spoilers. She gets picked up by this woman. And the last 10, 15 minutes is this woman telling a story that kind of relates to what we've just seen, but it goes on so long until they show you the final shot of the locket being gone, that it just, to me, the ending is that if they had stuck with the killer and found a way to make it interesting, him still following her, that would have been so much better. But they didn't have the faith to do that. And I think that's where the movie falls down a little bit.
Because they talk about the town like it's another one of those small towns. You don't get to really see anybody besides the sheriff and like the number one motherfucker guy. But they talk about like this town like won't talk about what's happened. They all know the story, but they've told themselves a lie.
Right.
And I believe that lie is about the bear. You know what I mean? Because they won't talk about Johnny as
right. They basically they talk about the bear at the end. The story about the bear at the end is really talking about the killer.
But the fucking kills were fantastic in this.
For the most part, the kills are fantastic. There's one kill where you have to see it. It's with the girl at the cliff where he basically turns her inside.
The yoga girl. The yoga girl.
It's terrifying quality.
I'm not even gonna spoil that kill because
no, I won't.
I want.
That's the best kill of the movie. The other ones are really good. There's a lot of stuff in this movie though that doesn't make a lot of sense. There's a lot of times when these people could have got away in cars. They run through the woods. Instead, there's times where the killer will like kill. There's one scene where he kills somebody that basically it didn't make too much sense how he did it. And there's one scene where one of the campers just literally runs up behind the killer and goes, "I'm here, come on," and he gets killed. It's like he wasn't even trying to do anything. I don't figure that out.
I want to say there was maybe like 10 kills, and I'd say they probably showed like 7 out of the 10. Like the first kill is a look of it's like a cutaway scene, which that pissed me off because I thought that was hilarious. That is funny as hell, but I'd like to see the number one motherfucker get killed. And then
They do show
the
what happens.
The one guy that catches it in the leg, and there's like the little scuffle, and he kind of like the guy shoots him. He comes to the ground. He's like, help me, and you could tell they like try to go into the woods, and then he just instantly gets up and throws the axe at the back of his head. They don't even really show it, but then you just see him on the ground with the axe in his head, and the other guy crawling. But then you do see his buddy get killed with the rocks smashing his face.
It's a really good scene where he goes underwater to get a girl. It goes on kind of long.
Yeah, I was gonna say that,
but it's good.
There's like 3 that are weak, but I'd say the 7 out of 10 are all good. You know what I mean? But like the water scene, I thought that could have been done really well if he zoomed in instead of keeping that far back shot, and then just like showing her just kind of gasping for air. I was thinking, is he trying to do some type of Jaws kill? I felt like that's what he was kind of going for. You know what I mean? But it was like, it just didn't work like that. That was my weakest kill by far. Like I'd pick the cutaway kills over that. That one, it was shot really well. Like I love the back because you just see like the wood, like a really big scope of the woods and like the lake, and it looked beautiful. But the
other thing I was going to say about this movie too, and before you start sending in the hate mail, I'm all for inclusion and stuff, but it started to pull me out of movies that like every character in movies are gay. You know what I mean? It just we can't go one movie. We can't go one movie without. And then I don't mind that, but how about have them do something else and not worry about just shagging all the time?
It looked like that those 2 girls, like maybe the one girl was banging a guy and they were like sneaking with each other on the low. I couldn't really tell, but that was like any other movie, they force it so hard. Where this one, I didn't mind it, but their dialogue together was terrible.
The dialogue,
my girl was like, that sounds like the worst porno ever. She's like, don't work too hard. I might need you to come stretch me out some more. Like, oh my god! And just like that. Literally the way she talked too, like she was fucking Dolly Parton or something. You know what I mean? It was terrible.
But the biggest thing that gets me about all this stuff in the movies is I have friends who are gay, and I have relatives who are trans, and they're normal people. They don't talk like this. They don't talk 24 hours a day about just banging. And if you go to a movie, you would think that's all people who are gay and trans talk about is banging. That's not the ways. They're normal people, normal lives.
They're probably like, we don't talk like this. They probably are literally like, we don't talk like that.
Sure, they may like banging like the rest of us do, but it's not a 24-hour day thing.
Exactly.
For me, it is.
They're regular people that talk about everyday things.
Okay, I talk about all the time, but fuck
me too.
But so yeah, the kills are really good. I really enjoyed them. But as I said, the ending and the beginning has some problematical stuff, and the dialogue.
The ending is my most problematic. I really don't have much to say about the opening. My only problem with the opening is that, like I said, it's not as much an issue as that. I just wish that they would have went a different way. It doesn't bother me that much because it's just like a classic slasher in that point. But my only gripe is the campfire going in circles and then the ending. But I would have just rather gotten flashbacks instead of the campfire, because if that's what you're going to do with the campfire, just go, wee, 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 wee. I don't need
the whole campfire telling
while I'm watching the movie.
And let's face it, I mean, that campfire scene's been in every horror movie since time immemorial. Time to kick it out of there and do something different.
I would have rather had flashbacks of backstory, you know? But that you know why they didn't do it. Because of money. That's why.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
That's exactly why. Because you could tell they used all their money on the kills and makeup. I'm telling you, bro. Kills and makeup. That's where all the money went. Cinematography, you know? Because the movie was filmed in the woods. I'm sure they had to pay some money, but they could have just found. I mean, these woods are beautiful. these woods are beautiful. Do you have to pay money to go shoot in the woods, or do they like, you know what I mean? I don't know how that works.
Well, you have to get permits and stuff. So I mean,
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
more or less.
But yeah, I mean, the woods they shot in were beautiful. That's for damn sure. I mean,
I think they literally were where the
fantastic.
Sasquatches were in that movie.
When the sun's going down and he's walking through like straight at, that is a beautiful shot, dude. Beautiful shot. See, where does it say where they filmed? Oh,
It was in California, like up in the woods.
No, Canada.
It was Ontario. Canada. Well, up in that area.
Kawartha Lakes, Ontario, Canada. Algoma District, Ontario, Canada. 2 spots. Kawartha Lakes and Algoma District. So, yeah, Canada. But yeah, definitely was absolutely beautiful where they filmed it. That was one of my things. I do like that there's not really a score, but I would have liked him to get his own score. You just had to utilize it in certain areas, like when he's in kill mode. Obviously you can't use it the entire movie. But like when he's in like kill mode, I would have maybe liked it. I would at least like to maybe see what it would. I'm curious if they always plan to have no score at all. But just when he was in kill mode, you know what I mean? That could have been okay. You know, I don't know.
I'm hoping that if Vinegar Syndrome picks this up, because now they're in league with Shudder.
Yeah.
If they pick it up, they give it a good extra, so at least you get some of the ideas and what's going on.
Yeah, I'd love a commentary. I'd love a commentary on this.
Yeah, one other thing, the killer in this movie is definitely smarter than everybody else, because when they do catch him finally, they don't double tap him like they should. Yeah, the killer does something to the sheriff that the sheriff should have done to him if he had 2 brains, but he doesn't. But overall, I mean, I still give him props. I like the movie. I still want to watch it again when it comes out on home video. Yeah. It was an interesting film. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I appreciate them trying to do something different. I salute them for that. It's hard nowadays with all the remakes and bullshit that we get for somebody, even though I wouldn't say it's an original idea. It's not. It's really a Jason ripoff, but it's trying to do it in a new perspective and a new light. So I appreciate that. And we haven't gotten a Jason film in like a decade or more. So I love going back to the woods and following a killer, man. So I definitely did. And I know you said that you did really like the mask that he uses.
Yeah, I do. It's an interesting old school fire mask.
He has some great weapons too.
And it makes sense. Like he would have this. So I mean, it's where he took it from. So it made sense. It was good.
Yeah. I had a couple problems, but I really did enjoy it. I didn't mind some of the, some of the walking scenes and all that. It didn't really bother me that much. I think it could have been cut a little bit down, but I know this isn't a trauma film. This isn't a full moon. It's hard to it has to be like an hour and a half, but I still think they could have cut it and done like an hour and 20. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. I think it could have been a little shorter, but especially the ending. The ending needed to be truncated badly. Yeah. I would have done something differently. I forgot the ending.
People say that they wish that you would have like sped up some of the kind of cut some of the walking scenes, but they wanted to keep it. I was like, man, fuck the cut walking scenes. Cut the fucking ending.
Yeah,
bro.
the walking scenes was more interesting than anything that the ending gave me.
That ending, man, I was just like, the only thing that kept me in was waiting to see if we were like, is this bitch gonna get it? You know what I mean? Because all you're hearing is this old lady talk and her just like, sweetheart, are you okay? Oh, and her just like.
Well, and the fact is, at the end, I mean, we basically find out in the movie that basically, once they give him back the chain, he's not going to chase anybody else, and
which I didn't
knowing that, and that's probably why they didn't show anything from that perspective. It makes the ending kind of just pointless.
Yeah, especially because the sheriff said that it doesn't work like that. Like,
but it did.
That's why I was hoping that maybe we would get a sequel, because it's left open like it possibly could get a sequel. You don't know. It's open ended. I feel like a little bit like it.
I think it doesn't.
If it never got a sequel, it would be just fine. But it could get it. Like it's at an ending where if not, it's fine. If they do, you got something to work with. But
yeah, it's probably also how well it does on Shudder. I mean, I think Shudder, by putting these movies like Late Night for the Devil and stuff, all that money that it makes in the theater is gravy, and then it goes on Shudder and makes whatever it makes for the service. And they're not done with huge budgets.
The filming, the theater is where they're making most of their money. That's why they're doing it. You know what I mean? Because they only charge $6 a service. You know what I mean? They're not.
And everybody's hoping, everybody is hoping that their movie is the next Terrifier 2 or Godzilla -0.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Exactly. And we still haven't even gotten a Blu-ray or 4K for Late Night of the Devil. I do pick this.
Coming.
I do pick it.
There is one coming.
In the States?
Not in the States, but there's one coming in Region B. Oh. And it's a 4K, so it's an all-region 4K, but not here.
Jesus, man.
You don't get anything here.
We got it.
Let me tell you, horror movies are one of the most maligned physical media things out. I mean, you still don't have Barbarian out on video. There's so many movies that
Hellraiser.
come out.
We never got Hellraiser from Hulu.
They don't get released. Or if they get released, they get Blu-rays and that's it.
Zach said y'all gonna watch stop motion. I think Scarpad did. I know Two Gun did.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
You haven't watched it? I might watch that.
I think I might stream it on Kick coming up soon.
Oh, streaming on Kick? Well, let me know, because maybe I won't watch it then. Yeah, because I've been wanting to watch that, and it finally just came on Kick. I think this past Friday it came out. I want to say.
Real quick, this has nothing to do with this movie, but tonight I watched Godzilla -0 finally did by surprise come out on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I was able to watch tonight, and I watched the dub version of it, and I was really impressed. They did a decent job with the dub.
Me too.
Because the dub, the people they hired to do the dub they sound similar to the characters. They're pretty good actors. The inflection and everything is the same. So the dub is pretty good. And sometimes in these movies the dubs are terrible.
Oh yeah.
So the dub is pretty good on this. So I don't mind the dub. The thing that I did find out though that I think the special effects, which look so good on the big screen, don't look quite as good when you're watching it on a smaller screen. You do tend to notice, I think, a lot more kind of wonky CGI, especially with some of the ships in the water and some of the Godzilla scenes in the water. Still love them. I just don't think they hold up the scrutiny as much on a smaller screen as they did when you're seeing them on a huge screen and your focus is kind of in one area, not over the whole picture. And when you see the thing in the whole picture, then it tends to not look quite as impressive. But I still loved it. I still think it's a great movie. I've probably seen it 5 times. I can't wait to see it in black and white again when they release it. So they do not. The only way you can get the black and white version right now is you have to buy the digital, and the bastards are selling them separate. If you buy the color version, you don't get the black and white. They're selling them each separately. So it's called Greed. The black and white one is on the 4K in Japan, so hoping it'll be on the 4K here and if it ever comes out. Most times the English dub is terrible. It wasn't, especially in Godzilla movies. But they're not the only ones that get bad dubs. And let's see, I know Dylan went out of the room if he feels this. I was saying that the thing with Godzilla I found this time is I found that the special effects, which we all loved and looked so good on a huge screen, they're a little bit not quite as good when you're seeing them on a small screen, because now you're noticing all the the whole picture. I found like some of the ship scenes and the Godzilla scenes look a little bit more wonky than they did.
Yeah,
because in the movie you're looking like this way as opposed to this way.
I'm wondering if the HD has anything to do with that.
Go.
You
no,
think
I just think it's a smaller screen. I think it's because you're looking at the whole picture, you know.
I was saying because when I saw it in theaters, it looked like so fucking real, bro. It was great. Right. I was like, this is insane, bro. This is that was the best movie of the year by like all around. That was the greatest film. Yeah, I wish I could have saw black and white in theaters too. Scarpad's the only one. I wish I fucking went, dude. Mine didn't have that.
It was so good. Because it wasn't just black and white. They regraded it so that it looked like an older 50s movies, and it had the subtle grays and stuff. It wasn't just turning off the color. The director actually color graded it.
I wish I would have went. And now
I saw like 3 times in the theater.
Yeah, you did. I only saw it once.
I was telling you how the greedy bastards are selling 2 different versions of it now. You have to buy it in black and white or buy it in color. You don't get it.
I was just going to say,
digital at least.
But I wonder in the States if they're going to make us buy it separate or if it's going to come in one package. Know. In Japan,
it's in one package.
It was like one big package. So
depends who they go with here. I mean,
if they did,
they usually go with that stupid Fun Motion, and they're terrible. So
yeah. I mean, as long as we get a release, that's what I'm happy about, and I want both cuts. You know what they should do is just
I mean, if the Japanese one they put out had the dub or at least the English subtitles, didn't even have that, I would have bought that, but they didn't even have subtitles. So.
Yeah, they were just straight Japanese. No subtitles at all on it. Maybe Japanese subtitles, but
stay out of that.
They did the Mist where you got the black and white version, black and white and colored version, so it should be possible to just get it in one.
You know what that is? That's a taco. Tabby taco. Fucking cat.
Fuck you.
Just dropped the thing in my lap.
But yeah, dude. -1 is just such a great film. I'm wishing so bad I could turn back and go back and see it in black and white. We'll have a way to fight their greed. But what would you rate In a Violent Nature before we get out of here?
I don't know. I'm going back and forth. I know what you said you'd rate it. I don't know.
Yeah, I gave it a 4. Because I'd say fair enough. It's like a 3.5. I give it the extra 0.5 for trying something new. But
I was gonna give it 3. I was gonna give it 3.75.
Yeah, that's fair too.
Yeah, I say 3.75.
The more I sit on it, the more
which is good. Which is a great score. Yeah, I mean, I could be leading and giving it a 4 too. I mean. It's just that, my biggest disappointment in the movie is that they didn't stick with the premise.
The ending.
That was my biggest disappointment.
The end. I knocked that.
I don't know who talked them into just doing that ending after doing the whole movie that way, and then you just abandon it.
And most of my downfall for this movie is because of that ending. I hate that ending. That is one of the worst endings I've ever seen in a movie. Just totally abandons the entire movie and does this bullshit. That ending. And
it would be okay. I can understand, as I said before, the reason why they did that is because it's hard to build suspense for a final girl if you can see the killer really is.
If they gave us a
but the writing could have done it, but. If you're going to abandon it, you better make sure that whatever you abandon it with is good, and this wasn't good. So.
Yeah, they could have given us like one awesome jump scare at the end, you know what I mean, or something, and made it work. But I don't know. I get there. I think the only thing they were thinking is there.
Yeah, even if he jumped out at the end and killed both of them, which didn't happen. I would still be disappointed in that movie because
Yeah.
to sit through the last 15
To sit
minutes,
through that fucking conversation.
the woman's story wasn't interesting enough to keep me from going like, what? And then they go back to that final shot to kind of like rub your nose in it.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, man, it's been meaning.
I just that's why I hope we get a commentary because I just want to know what the fuck is going on with that ending. I want to know what is going through the director's head.
Yeah, I think it'll be on Shudder.
Was going to the theaters for a while, so he's probably been so busy with work. He's been like, I have no time to go to the theater.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to
next week I got tickets.
Bad Boys and Watchers.
I got tickets for Watchers, which is another Shudder film. For next.
Is that Shudder? I don't
this coming
know
Friday.
Is that Shudder?
Yeah, it's Shudder. Yeah, Shudder among others produced it. Yeah.
And that's Shyamalan's daughter, I believe. What day? You said Friday?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Friday to see it.
Yeah, I might try to go see it Sunday with the chick, but I think Thursday or Friday, I'll try to go see Bad Boys, depending on what people say about it.
I mean, I give you props, man, for watching any movie with Martin Lawrence.
I love Martin Lawrence. Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan.
There's a reason why the motherfucker went crazy.
Yeah. I don't know if he went. I don't think he went crazy. I'd say
Will Smith's
crazy with Will Smith. That's what I'm curious.
He had some kind of breakdown.
This movie's gonna flop because this is Will Smith's first movie since he slapped Chris Rock.
No, I think it's gonna flop because
Furiosa flopped. You know,
it's gonna flop because everything flops now.
Well, like I said, I mean, it could be a handful of things though too. Yeah. I think there's a lot of people that don't like Will Smith now because of that. I really don't care for him anymore because of it. I'll still watch some of his movies, but as a person, I think he's kind of an asshole.
I never cared for any of the Bad Boys movies. I know they were popular, but I just never liked them.
I love them. Yeah, I know you said you don't like them, but I love them. But yeah, so 3.75 from you said? Yeah, that's M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3.75.
Yeah, I'll stick with the 4 for now. Let you know when I rewatch it.
Yeah, I hope they do a sequel.
Go down at all. Yeah, he definitely does have an odd home life. So you got anything coming up, Scarfed? Anything on Kick you want to throw out there before we
tomorrow night. Tomorrow night on Kick we're going to be doing Spawn of the Slithis or Slithis from 1976.
Oh, Slithis.
It's actually called Spawn of the Slithis.
I thought you were.
But they cut it down. But they cut it down to just Slithis. The release.
Why is that so hard to say? Slithis. It's like you got.
It is. It's one of those movie titles you can't.
You just can't.
You just say it. You just can't say it. No. I mean, maybe the movie bombed. I don't know. It didn't bomb. It's a cult classic. But.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely tomorrow at 9:00.
Yeah. What's up? What up, Fable? Billy.
Hey.
What's up, guys?
Hey, guys.
Yeah, you're just catching us towards the end. We just did a review, Billy and Fable, for that In a Violent Nature.
Go back. If you want to see it, go back and watch our review, because I thought the review was fair.
Yeah. Decent enough new slasher movie trying to do a little something different, following the footsteps of the killer the entire movie. I don't know how much Billy and Fable get out to the theaters. I know Fable's moving and all that, so he's probably got his hands full. But maybe Billy.
Yeah, I think like late night with the devil. This will be on Shudder, I think, by the end of the month. So
yeah, how quick did Late Night come out? How long do we have to wait? Maybe
2-3 weeks.
I was gonna say I don't think Late Night seemed. I guess Late Night wasn't in there that long. Like, cause like with Terrifier, we only got it for like 2 weeks. It was like 2 weeks, that was in theaters.
And it wasn't even supposed to be, but that was supposed to be like a 1 week.
It was like one weekend.
Yeah, and it did so well. Same thing
Yeah.
with Godzilla. It never been that to go long. That did one long
And
because it
then
was popular.
they brought that back to the black and white. Fable said, "What did you guys think of Late Night of the Devil?" I'm guessing. I absolutely loved Late Night of the Devil. Honestly, if I think about it, that probably is my favorite horror movie of the year right now. Um,
I'd have to get a list. I couldn't say that, but I'd have to get
I'm
a list.
trying to think. I think it is. I think it is. I love that movie. I thought it was so good.
Yeah, I love the vibe it gave because it gave a great '70s vibe. You felt like you were back in the '70s,
Yeah.
and it was a pretty
Um,
interesting story. I mean, I wish maybe I had a little bit more backstory and some of the cult thing. We get to learn about the cult and his wife was doing, but it was great. I mean, it was different, and
yeah.
I love the '70s vibe.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude. It was fantastic. Dude, this year has been so. There's been some really good stuff and then been some okay. But thing is, we got a lot of stuff still coming. Actually, I'd say Late Night of the Devil, probably my favorite. Abigail was another one I really enjoyed. But
I
Late
like
Night, I think
Abigail.
I would still. There hasn't been. I just put in 2024 horror movies. First Omen, I did like that. Immaculate, that
Let's see him.
Sting, Abigail,
Thing was all right.
Destroy All Monsters, Night Swim, terrible. Tarot, I hear is terrible. Strangers Chapter 1, I hear is terrible. Imaginary, I couldn't even get through. Um,
I watched the whole thing.
this can't be everything on this
It was pretty
Arcadian.
horrible.
Um, but
Acadian,
yeah,
I thought was okay, but
I
it's
think
nothing
I
great.
think I think I would stick with Late Night of the Devil being my favorite horror movie of the year right now.
That'll be the best so far.
We're gonna have a bunch of good stuff coming though very soon with September, October, and the horror season coming, which we should be having Horror Fest come. I'm finalizing the Horror Fest list right now. I got it basically 90%, man. I really actually have the list done, but I'm just like, should I pull this out and do this instead? I always just,
I think any movie that's going to come out when Deadpool comes out is going to get killed in the box office.
I think that
They should stay away from that release date.
Deadpool is the number one movie of the summer. That's for sure. That is for sure.
Unless for somehow it pulls a belly flop and it's terrible, but I don't think that's going to be the case.
I still think it's going to make $1 billion. I don't think it will be terrible though, because Ryan Reynolds cares so much about it. We'll see though, and it's going to be the first rated R Marvel movie. But
Right, Jackman's going to say fuck every other word.
Dune and Furiosa might be like Dune, Furiosa, Late Night of the Devil. Those are like my top 3 favorite movies of the year. I think I'd maybe say best movies. Those are the 3 best, I think. I can't wait for Long Legs. I really feel like Long Legs is going to be one of the best horror movies of the year. That trailer, bro, like nothing. I've never seen anything really freak me out, but when I saw that trailer, I was like, that is so freaky, bro. So we'll see though. What do we got coming though in theaters? July 25th, Deadpool Wolverine. Bad Boys, Ride or Die this week. The Watchers this week. You think the Twisters is going to do really good?
I ain't seen it.
I'm not either.
There's 4 Twisters now in that movie.
There is one movie I don't know if I'll see it in theaters, but there's that movie. Have you heard of it? The Bike Riders. It's about a motorcycle gang and it has Tom Hardy.
I heard something about it.
It's got the guy who played.
Yeah, I probably won't go see that.
I don't know. I'll have to see what people are saying about it. Quiet Place Day One. I don't think I'm gonna go see Quiet Place Day One unless
I might.
I have to hear people say it's like incredible. Have all those been PG-13? Because
yes, they have.
Yeah, Tom Hardy, Austin Butler, bro. I feel like you can't go wrong. They've all been PG-13?
Yep.
I didn't know, dude. I swear. I mean, I guess it would make sense.
Yeah.
What else? They haven't announced too much horror though. I'm not seeing. Long Legs, Trap, which that's M. Night Shyamalan. So his daughter has the movie coming this week. Then M. Night has his own movie coming out. Does this say August 9th? And Josh Hartnett is starring in that one. It looks really good though. Only thing is, I don't recommend watching the trailer because it spoils the movie. It looks like, I don't know what M. Night's problem is. He needs to get somebody new to do his trailers because they spoil the entire movie every time in all his trailers. And he's supposed to be big for having, like twists. So I don't like that. Borderlands, I don't know if that's, I never played the video game, so it feels like Mad Max, so it's kind of got some dark vibes, but Borderlands seems a little more comedic. We'll see though. Alien Romulus, that's a big one I'm looking forward to, which we'll be doing Alien the week before You're Muted. You're muted.
What was I saying? Is not going to be popular. But I saw the trailer for Romulus, and I tell you, I don't get real good vibes off of it.
It's just a teaser.
I don't care. It looks like it's fucking Alien again, basically the same fucking movie. And two,
you can't.
I don't know.
It's a teaser.
The girl just strikes me as like she's trying to be like a imitation Sigourney Weaver again.
Of course.
Why did they have to go there? Yeah, but why go that route again, man? We've seen this movie 15 times.
15.
So I'm not hopeful about Alien.
Bro,
I don't know.
Not being such a fucking old fart, being Debbie Downer.
What do you mean? It's the same fucking movie. I want something new.
It's a teaser. They didn't show anything. Literally, they didn't show anything.
They did,
bro.
They showed quite a bit.
Have a little bit of like, I'm gonna go.
They showed the spaceship. They showed them coming out.
I'm gonna go in open-minded. Don't be such a downer. Because it could knock your fucking socks off.
I don't think it's going to be another Prey. I don't think it's going to be Prey.
You haven't seen it. You don't talk until you've seen it. Until you've seen the entire movie.
You got the Prey. You got the Prey that I make it today.
I don't know about this. I hope I'm wrong though. I always go in wanting to like the movie.
I'm never wrong. My first impression is always right.
Always.
The first time I saw Battleground to the last.
I knew that it was it was a classic. You're like, where have you been all my life? The only other two movies I think are that Speak No Evil with James McAvoy, which that looks really fucking good too. And Nosferatu, which I'd say
I haven't seen anything on that.
I think they've only released still footages. Let me see. Did they release?
Is that still going to even come out?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That Salem's Lot. I don't know when the fuck they already filmed the remake to Salem's Lot, and it's supposed to be really bad. And HBO Max is finally said that they were going to put it out on their streaming service. I think they did do. Oh, did you see they dropped a Venom 3 trailer out of nowhere today?
Yeah, no one cares.
I don't think it looks too good. It looks even more comedic. It gives me like Thor Love and Thunder vibes. I hope it's good, but I've never been too big on the Venom movies because they're taking little bits of the comics, but I wish they went full out like dark Venom, not PG-13. How are you going to do Carnage PG-13?
They tried.
I think they did Nosferatu and gave it a trailer. Yeah, I think they gave it a trailer. It's like 45 seconds. I'll send it to you. They don't show them though or anything, I don't think. But there has been like a couple still photos. Let me see. Is this legit? No, this looks fake, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, you don't know about what?
I don't know what he's just talking about.
Nosferatu. It's directed by the guy who did The Lighthouse. It's got Bill Skarsgård playing the vampire.
Oh, really?
It's got
Hope it's bad. I hope it's better than Boy Kills World.
Willem Dafoe's in it. It's got a fantastic cast. Aaron Taylor Johnson. That Venom looks like a train wreck. That might be fun to watch, Mystery Science Theater style. Yeah, I hear you, bro. I think it looks like a train wreck as well. I think us getting a trailer out of nowhere, like usually I'll hear like, oh, they're going to be dropping a Venom trailer this week. I heard not like they just threw that shit out there. I really feel like they know that the shit like is going to be, it's like, who is he going? And then they supposedly like it looks like they can't figure out who the bad guy is in that movie. Like half the movie it looks like bad scientists again, and then they say Venom says my home has come, and then it's like these weird looking alien monsters, and I'm like yeah, I guess maybe that's like they're doing King in Black without Noel, which is a damn shame because you can't do King in Black without Noel because Noel is so fucking badass, but the monsters just don't look that cool either. I'll have to see. I mean, I don't think I'll be seeing that in theaters, but I still will give it a shot.
Which one?
The new Venom 3. Fucking Nosferatu, I'll be there day one. Robert Eggers, the guy who did The Lighthouse and all that, I love him. It's got Aaron Taylor Johnson as Frederick Harding, Bill Skarsgård, the guy who played Pennywise, as Count Orlok, Johnny Depp's daughter as Ellen Hunter, Nicholas Hoult, the guy who played Renfield, as Thomas Hutter, Willem Dafoe as Professor Alban Ivanhoe. What does that say? Professor Alban Eberhard.
You want to know what I looked like when I first saw that fucking Alien Arrivalist trailer? I kind of looked like this. That was my face.
I bet. You're ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I said, what? Again?
Hey,
again we're on a spaceship chasing an alien? Again?
Click that Scarpet and share that.
I'm afraid to.
No, he's not. Look, so that's supposed to be Willem Dafoe right there.
Oh, he looks nice outfit.
Yeah. I mean, dude, Robert Eggers don't fuck around, bro. So I think this is gonna be a fantastic movie.
It's not a musical, is it?
No, absolutely not. Nicholas Hoult, and I'm guessing that's Nosferatu's fingers right there.
That's a big name.
That's the only picture of Nosferatu.
Oh, they're not showing them?
No.
It almost looks like now. Remember the original Nosferatu was bald. Will this have hair? It almost looks like he does.
It's looking like he's bald.
Well, that's a reflection of his face, obviously, in a mirror or something.
That's not a mirror or anything. That's
no, maybe that's it. Okay, he looks bald.
They just have it blurred. They're blurring it, but he does look bald. It looks like maybe it's like one of those where it's like little stringy. You know what I mean?
Or maybe he's like, maybe he wears a tube.
Yeah. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Tube. I'm telling you, the Nosferatu All-Star cast. Yeah,
wait, hey, go back to that previous one. Go back to the previous one.
These are all fake.
Go back. Is that Prince?
Prince?
Looks like Robert Eggers. Looks like Prince.
No way. You don't even know what Robert Eggers looks like.
That's probably him.
Johnny Depp's daughter, right? This was the first photo they released, just with the hand. Long ass finger.
Yeah, I think that's coming out in July, isn't it?
I think so.
It'll bomb.
I think
nothing won't be good. It'll just bomb because everything's bombs.
Maybe. I'll be there. December 25th. Wow. That's
unfortunately. I think it'll be another late night. It'll be another last what was that movie? Last Call of the Detmer,
TK, what up? What was it?
The Last Voyage of the Detmer. It'll be another one of those. The
Meter. I think this is going to be way better than that.
No, but I'm just saying it'll probably bomb like that.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I think this could bring in an old fan base too. If they hear about it, I think this will bring in different types of crowds. So we'll see. We'll see, because we haven't gotten like a Nosferatu, anything like that. And last thing was Shadow of the Vampire, and that was a long time ago.
I know my boys gonna be lining up, probably waiting in line overnight to get your Joker tickets though, probably for Leo Do.
You know you're gonna be in the theater.
That trailer tries so hard to hide the fact that they're singing and dancing all the time. It goes out of its way to hide that.
Those are the only scenes where they're not singing.
Yeah, pretty much.
You go in and
it was almost like the Godzilla, the old 2014 Godzilla movie. In the trailer, every time they just about getting ready to break out in the song, they pan away to something else. But yeah, oh no, that movie's gonna suck hard. And then we found out that she's not Harley Quinn, Lady Gaga. She's just Lee. She's not Harley Quinn in the movie.
Really?
Her character's name in the movie is just Lee. They never once call her.
She was Harley.
Maybe she is, but they never once say her name in the thing.
It's still in IMDb says Harley Quinn. We'll see though. We'll see. Maybe she's just not Harley yet. She might have a different name, and that Harley Quinn.
Yeah, just like he's not the Joker yet. I don't know.
Yeah,
the Joker was an interesting movie. It was for what it was, but it should never get a sequel. It didn't need a sequel. It did not need a sequel because they don't know what to do with that character.
They made $1 billion. That's why it gets a sequel.
Oh, I know why, but they don't know what to do with it. It's like they get Batman-esque, but they just make him do stuff that we seen him do already in the first movie. So why do we need it again? We get it. He's depressed.
What does jukebox musical mean? That's what it says. Like it says, jukebox musical, crime, drama, musical, thriller. I don't know what that.
It just basically means they're gonna have singing and dancing parts. It'd be like remember that movie they put out. Remember that movie they put out, La La Land. That had like a lot of story, but then they broke into singing. And, I know you wouldn't watch it. They broke into singing and dancing.
I'm not a musical guy, really. I can get into maybe like I liked Wizard of Oz and Grease, and then I know Robbie's like.
I just watched motherfucker. I just sat through 2 hours and 45 minutes of Paint My Wagon with fucking Clint Eastwood singing. I can do that. You can sit through a 2-hour Joker movie.
I will. I'll probably go see Joker. I'll probably go see that in theaters. Honestly,
I'm not gonna go see it. I'm not.
If I hear that it's good, even still, it's a musical, I'll go see it. I'm not like above. I won't. It's not that I hate musicals. There's just none that like tickle my fancy. I watched Repo Man, and that was good. It was okay. I didn't love it, but it was okay. Thing about me,
ever since
musical,
listen to me.
I want the music to be good. If the music's not good, I'm not gonna like the
movie. But I want a musical when it makes sense. If you're gonna be make a musical, but this Joker thing, it doesn't make sense why it would be a musical. I know it's all in their heads. Yeah. And I'm just ever since they ruined Star Trek last year with a musical episode, I'm turned off on all that shit now, man.
Hey, did you not look at the comments on that video? People were people were loving it.
Does everything have to be?
This is the greatest story I've ever seen.
They have to try to Buffy the Vampire of everything. They should have made that fucking Walking Dead show a musical too. Have fucking Rick and Michonne singing and dancing.
Rick and Michonne should have been a fucking musical, man. That thing would have been a fucking Emmy winner. What's TV now? Is TV Emmys? What's TV?
Emmys.
Emmys, yeah, okay. Yeah,
I tell you, it's sad too because I went back when I was sitting in the car today waiting for somebody to come out of a doctor's appointment. I watched an episode of Walking Dead. It was the episode where they just the farmhouse is burned down, and they were on the road, and it's the one where they meet Michonne for the first time. It's the one where Rick has his "This is not a democracy" speech where he tells them that they're all infected. That friggin' episode was so good, and it just shows how bad like the latest seasons got, and the Wicked Michonne thing, because that was riveting. That was great, but they couldn't maintain. I think we said everything we got to say about In a Violent Nature. So go see it. Or wait for Shudder.
Yeah, or.
It's definitely something to check out.
I still think it's worth.
Check it out.
I truly believe it's worth a watching. Definitely something different, and
as I said, if you're gonna watch, if you're gonna watch it at home and you have a pair of like earpods or good noise canceling headphones, watch it that way.
Yeah,
because that might simulate how we saw it in the theater because there was no sound other than the crunching, crunch.
Yeah, definitely. When Darabont left Walking Dead, that show went downhill. Yeah, it sucks.
That was in the second season. I think they had good seasons up to about season 6. So I'm it wasn't just Darabont. They had some good seasons after that, but I would say the 6th is where it started going awry.
Some people people only like the first like two seasons, 2 or 3. Some people are like that.
As soon as Glenn crawled under the dumpster, it was all over with.
Yeah, when Negan comes, it starts getting messy for me.
Yeah, no, the moment they pulled a stunt on the Negan scene, it was the downhill of the show.
Yeah.
but it started.
Then they come back and redeem themselves. They're like a little bit later down the road.
But then it started with Glenn crawling into that dumpster. I'm telling you, that's where it all started.
And then once the Whispers come back, I feel like that's when they start getting back on track.
It got better, but I don't think it ever got back on track. It got better. Those years were okay, but it just.
Walking Dead had terrible writing, but I tolerated it because we had a zombie show. Yeah, man. If you ask Scarpad, he watched Fear of Walking Dead, and he said that was fucking god awful.
Oh my god.
Yeah. At least The Walking Dead was the best of them all.
I didn't finish it. I couldn't finish it. I got all the way to the fucking 2nd episode of the 8th season, and it broke me. I couldn't go any further.
Yeah.
Even though there's only like 5 episodes left, and I couldn't go any further.
It was great that we had a zombie show last that long, and Nicotero was a part of it like the whole time and all that. So, I mean, it's legendary for that fact, and that's why I always tried to stick with it, but it definitely had its problems, that's for sure. But it was the only one I could stick into. I could never get into Fear. Couldn't get into really any of the spin-offs.
Well, although the later seasons of this made me appreciate Z Nation more.
The only one
Z Nation's first 3 years is pretty good.
Daryl has been the only one I've liked spin-off wise.
The Daryl Dixon one?
Yeah, even that has problems.
That's probably the best of them. Although Fear City was okay because of Negan, but they should ditch Maggie, man. She's an albatross. Maggie has turned into Lori. Yeah, the first 3 seasons of Z Nation.
Lately. Did you finish
the first 3 seasons are pretty good. No. I had to stream season 2 at some point.
Yeah, well, after watching
it's pretty good
and all that, you were like, Z Nation is pretty good.
Maybe appreciate the scene where the zombies roll down in a giant ball.
Yeah, don't they have like a whole weed episode too with the zombies?
Oh yeah, the zombie weed. Yeah, they're growing the weed and the zombie weed and all that.
Yeah,
it's entertaining.
DJ Qualls is in that too. He's always good.
It's at least the last season or so got kind of.
I'd like to pick up a box set for it because the one you got is like Region B, isn't it?
Yeah, you can only get it on DVD here and they're hard to find. Yeah,
I have to see. I wouldn't mind owning it on DVD, I guess. Or because I think the Blu-ray you got was pretty expensive too. I think you said. But it was pretty good. I watched like the first.
$60 for 5 seasons is not bad.
Yeah, no, that's not bad. But what I watched on Kick, I was really enjoying. It was a pretty good show. I was surprised because there's not many sci-fi shows I get into, but that was a good one from what I watched.
Yeah, the other thing that's bad about the show is the bad digital gore. It wasn't great. It wasn't great.
They had bejeweled zombies.
Oh yeah, they had a little bit of everything. They had everything. That show had it all.
It went 6 seasons, you said, or 5?
It went 5 seasons.
5. Gotcha. Yeah, not too many zombie shows out there.
No, back in the day, sci-fi had some damn good shows. I remember I loved Warehouse 13. That was a great show. Just lately, the last, ever since like the early mid 2000s, they've been shit.
I was kind of liking that Krypton show for a little bit. It wasn't bad. But
yeah, that one I never watched, but they had some good ones. I remember Alphas, yeah.
13.
Yeah, Warehouse 13 is a good one.
Does it have Aaron Ashmore, the guy who played Iceman?
Yeah, he's in it. He's also in the other show they had on there, but the trouble with the sci-fi stuff is they cancel a lot of it. Never let it go. It's like Netflix. They do a year and they cancel.
That's the thing, yeah. In them show, I can't believe it's going this long.
Yeah, that Black Summer that was on Netflix is kind of a semi-sequel to a prequel to Z Nation, but that only went 2 seasons. That was pretty decent, I thought.
People said Alphas.
Didn't last.
Have you ever seen Alphas?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Yeah, me either. Yeah, the 12 Monkeys show was pretty good too.
12 Monkeys are good. Yeah,
that too. They did that show. I think that only went like 2 seasons, though, didn't it?
No, it went like 5 seasons.
Did it?
It went a long time.
I think I only watched the first 2 seasons.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a guy that came back and did. The guy who came back and did the last season of Star Trek Picard did that. Terry Matalas.
Oh, really? Yeah, they did. They just need to fucking keep that. I think the longest running show I think I ever seen them do was that iZombie or something. I swear that might be the longest running show.
That was the iZombie was a CW show.
Was it?
Yeah, it was on the CW.
Or did it switch to sci-fi? I thought.
No. Sci-Fi did air it. Sci-Fi aired that show.
Oh, okay.
But it was a CW show originally. It was on about the same time. Well, what wasn't on when Supernatural was on? Everything was on when Supernatural was on.
Yeah.
Because that was on for 15 years.
Yeah.
Did Supernatural start? Did Supernatural start after Smallville? Or was it on during Smallville?
Yeah, no, I think
it started after Smallville. Yeah.
Supernatural, 2005 that started.
I think Smallville ended around 2001.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Did it start around 2001?
I know it was on for 15 years. It just ended like a couple of years ago. So
2001 to 2017, Smallville went.
No,
so they did run. They did run around this.
No, you're talking Supernatural. Smallville wasn't on for that long. No,
2001 to 2017, Smallville went. Is that?
No.
Did it really?
It wasn't on 16 seasons. Smallville only got like 11 seasons or 10 seasons. 10 seasons.
I'm saying on IMDb, I think it was 2001 to 2017.
No, they're wrong. I think it was 2001 to 2011 was on.
2000, yeah. To season 10 says 2010. What the fuck is wrong with them? I was gonna say no way 2017. That makes no sense. Yeah, okay. So they have this 2001 to 2010. Okay. Or 2011, I'm sorry. 2001 to 2011. Wow, that is weird the way they have that.
Yeah, it started getting weaker after those 5 or 6 seasons.
Yeah, 2001. I love Smallville. That's another box set I want to get at some point.
That was the trouble with CW shows. They didn't know when to cancel them. They all went on too long.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Especially like the Flash and stuff and Arrow. That went on way too long.
Supernatural was 2005.
I was like,
2019. Shit. So they did play for a little bit.
I said, shit, is this fucking not Supernatural, but this fucking Smallville show, is that ever going to end? I was like...
Supernatural was supposed to end after season 3. It had an awesome, ending, cliffhanger ending. But then not really a cliffhanger because fucking Dean died.
Then it went 12 more seasons after that.
And then it was because it wasn't doing good, and somehow they came back and went fucking 12 more. So, and I think they were talking about coming back. I think they were coming back for a reunion.
Yeah, we should do a show on shows that went too long.
Yeah, I love Supernatural, but it did go too long.
Supernatural went on too long.
Smallville.
Walking Dead went on too long. Smallville went on too long. And what's the other one that went on too long?
I'm sure we could think of plenty of others if we really... What else was there?
Married with Children, that went on too long.
That 70s show went on too long.
That went on too long. Dexter went on too long. What else went on too long? Some people say, and I know you're gonna bite my head off. Some people do say that Sons of Anarchy went on too long.
I knew you were gonna say it, you motherfucker.
And I do agree. I think it went on a little too long. They should have went 1 year less, I think. And they should have done all those 90-minute episodes. They did way too many 90-minute episodes. But
I'd have to go back and rewatch it to see, but right now I wouldn't say that. But that's I'm
X-Files went on too long.
Yeah, as much as I love that show.
And then they brought it back. To way too long.
Yeah. 2.5 Men went on too long. Should have cut it once Charlie left.
That should have went off the air after the first year.
No, when Charlie was on it, it was great. Once Ashton came on, it went.
It was on.
Down,
It's all those Chuck Lorre shows are pretty much all the same.
TK, that's what I'm talking about. Sons of Anarchy's perfect. TK like Star Trek went on too long.
Star Trek Discovery. Star Trek Discovery went on too long. No. You can say about. I think. Yeah, no, I think the Next Generation went on too long.
Law and Order went on way too long.
Oh, yeah. I would say the Next Generation went on too long. They should have ended it after the 6th season. The 7th season's kind of painful to get through. Voyager went on way too long.
Oh.
Enterprise didn't go on long enough. All the new stuff went on way too long. Law and Order.
Yeah.
That Law and Order SVU. Oh my God. The woman at SVU is 100 years old now, man.
What about
what's the guy's name? Ice-T? Ice-T is done.
Yeah.
He's cooked.
This stream had gone on way too long. It has. We were supposed to be going on an hour ago.
We're talking an hour and 18 minutes talking about In a Violent Nation, and we haven't talked about that in an hour.
Right.
We actually spent 18 minutes talking about that movie.
Yeah.
Ice-T. Now he's doing those car commercials.
We spent a good 30, 40 minutes on Violent Nature. I think we put 40 into it at least. But
I know after about the first hour, I was like, when's this going to end?
That's the new. You got to come up with a little clip for that just to let it play. You got to make a little clip of that.
But I was like,
you got to make a little clip just to cycle that in from time to time. You know what I mean?
It'll be like I'll do it on Robbie's show as like a blip vert, like Max Headroom, like subliminal blip vert.
When you walk away to go grab a drink or something, just put that up. You're like, what's going on here? Scarpet, are you here to fucking talk about the movie or not? I just wanted to go get a nice tea. You take too many edibles.
No, man, I just threw the bag away. The cat. The bag went in the trash. The cat dug it up. The cat just drug the bag out.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Well, I think we should probably end this live stream. It's gone way too long. So, bottom line is we both like that movie. but probably would tell you to wait until it comes on Shudder. So
Yeah. If you got the time though, and you got the money, I recommend going to see it in theaters. But if not, you'll have to check it on Shudder. But not everyone has Shudder, so But I still think it was a good theater experience. Some that those theater experiences are always memorable. So if you're a big slasher fan, I think it's worth it. But if you don't got the time, you don't got the time. It is like that. But yeah, I still recommend
not everybody
checking
has
out
it.
Late Night of the Devil. If you have not seen Late Night of the Devil, fucking such a good film, such a good movie. And we forgot to mention, like,
You think so?
Violent Nature is filmed in that ratio too, like full screen ratio, which I did really like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, absolutely. I said that to you. It's 4:3.
Yeah, 4:3. Yeah, you did shows
Which
that
is
went.
weird.
You did shows that went too long. What about shows they should bring back? Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, there's a lot of shows that they should bring back.
I'd probably say some shows that they went on too long they should bring back. The reason why they went too long is because people just love them so much. You know what I mean? Or they just made too much money because people love them so much. That's why shows go on too long a lot of times. Sometimes because the writers just don't know when to quit because they're making too much money. And then sometimes, like, Supernatural just had such a huge fan base. It was kind of going on for the fans for a while too. So,
Right.
but yeah,
Plus, what the fuck else was CW gonna? What the fuck else was CW gonna show?
Yeah, I mean, they had the DC shows going strong for a while, but what up, Kevin?
Tanked.
But I don't fuck with those really. I got into Flash and Arrow for a little bit, but I've always CW has only been good enough for me for Supernatural for a long time. Kev, my man. But yeah, so
hi guys. So
you got tomorrow.
Tomorrow night and Kick, we're showing Slithis. Spawn of the Slithis.
I just feel like I have a fucking lisp every time. Do you have anything? You know anything else you got coming this week, or are we still deciding?
No, we're still looking at it.
Yeah, I still got my.
We're still pushing out, and this week there will be a Joe Bob on Sunday after two gun led us astray on Friday.
No, I led you astray.
There was a. Oh, you did. I thought Two Gun did.
I did. Don't blame Two Gun. That was me. Two Gun was the one who tried to say there's nothing going, so put the crow on, motherfuckers. And I was like, I gotta watch my 4K.
Yeah, I didn't watch The Crow for the review because I had seen it not too long ago.
You just watched it like a week ago.
Yeah.
You watched it like literally when you got your 4K. But that was a great looking 4K. So, yeah. But yeah,
so much crow I can eat.
We'll definitely be watching some movies on Kick and having some fun. And as always, like I say, you don't got to throw the movie on. We're watching the movie with you. So the movie will be on screen on Kick. So have a fucking blast with us while we bullshit. And,
but if you want to, Two Gun's been watching us on Kick. If he has the movie, he's been just putting the movie on and syncing it.
Yeah.
I mean, that works too.
Yep. That too. Yep. You just get it in sync, which is easy because we usually bullshit for like the first 10 minutes. And then so you got that time to get the movie ready. And this Saturday, what are we doing? Phantoms, yo. You know, Affleck was the bomb in that. I heard. You know.
So it's quite a possibility that Phantoms be one of the movies we're streaming on Kick this week.
Oh yeah.
I would say it's almost 100%. That's going to wind up on probably Thursday night.
We'll probably do that. Thursday night we'll do that actually, since Joe Bob's Friday. So, yeah, that's what we got for Thursday then. That's what I heard. Affleck was the bomb in that. That's what I heard. You know, I don't know who said it, but I heard it. But yeah. So as always, guys, appreciate everyone coming and hanging out. We had a good little chat in here tonight. I hope you guys have a great week. Hope it goes by quick as fuck, as quick as I hope mine goes by, so we can get to the weekend, get to Saturday, and have some fun for DHS. So my weekend don't start until 6 o'clock Saturday because I gotta work fucking Friday and Saturday, sadly. fucking bullshit. But yeah, thank you, Fable. Appreciate you dropping in, brother. I know you're busy. But yeah, as always, thanks everyone for coming and hanging out. Check out In a Violent Nature. Check out Late Night of the Devil, and we'll see you next time. Peace out, guys. You motherfucker.